Is it based on? I know it's a remake, but is it based on
There's been
anybody?
that's the third remake. I think A Star Is Born. The first one was in the 50s.
Was Johnny Cash in one of them or something like that?
Barbara Streisand was in the second one.
Okay,
And then Gaga is the most recent one.
but it's not based on anybody. It's just like a remake of an old movie. Okay,
That's what I'm.
You know, when I saw it, when what was it called? It was the one with Shangela. That show We're Here.
Oh yeah, that's
called?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Shangela, and then
Because she's in it, and so is another drag queen named Willem, I think.
yeah, and so I was like, I should really sit and watch it, and so that's why I was like, okay, I finished like streaming it, and I was like, let me watch this, and then I was crying.
It's like I love Gaga as like a music artist. I don't know if I want to. I guess I'm afraid of like watching it and being like, ooh, like she fumbled
cringe.
it. Yeah.
No, she did really good.
Yeah.
maybe that's why I haven't watched Dreamgirls.
Maybe.
I haven't watched Dreamgirls either.
Okay, we need to watch it.
Or The Lion King.
Dreamgirls is so good.
Ooh,
It's
I think
so
I did
good.
watch live
Movie
action
night.
Lion King, but I forgot that Beyonce was in that one.
She voices Nala.
Nala.
Right?
Yeah. I have seen Obsessed, like I said.
Oh, that was a good one. That
I'm
was
telling
good.
you, that is a thriller.
I got out of that movie ready to fight somebody. I was
Idris
like,
Elba. Yes. So you're moving.
I'm moving, and I have a very special thing. I have a hot neighbor.
What does it look like?
He's fine.
Tell me more.
He's definitely like taller than 6'5".
Damn.
So there it is.
Does he play for the Spurs?
No, and he lately, like, when I would go, when Eli was in football, I had to drop off like at 5 a.m. So I would come back and I'd go work out, and then I'd come back like at like 6:30, and he'd be leaving to the gym, right? And so I'd always see him, and like, when the eclipse happened, that lunar, that special eclipse, I don't know what it was. We were both outside our yards, and our yards are like right next to each other, and so we both turned to look at each other in those stupid 3D glasses. And I was like, is this how we fall in love?
What a love at first sight.
I know.
Yeah.
A meet cute outside.
And so I was like, I think we can see it better from the other side. He's like, okay, let's go. So we both got out of our yards and walked to the front. So we were just like looking up, watching. And that was the first time we like spent a long time together. It's usually like exchanges in the hallway. But when he first moved in, his son's mom was helping him with her son's stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I thought they were together, and then I stopped her and I asked her a really embarrassing question. I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? She's like, yeah. I was like, do you guys have roaches? 'Cause my neighbor moved
She's
out.
like, no, but I can tell you do.
She was like, oh, dirty bitch.
But your question tells me you do.
And you know what she said? She's like, no, well, we're not together. Like, I don't live here. And I was like,
so he has roaches.
so he has roaches. No, but like, I was like, why would you say that? He's hot. Why would you tell me another hot person? And so, but she's Latina.
Oh, okay.
And he is black. And he's like super, super tall, whatever. And it's weird. I've never lived in an apartment where my door and his door are right in front of each other. It's always like they're off to the side.
Yeah.
So it's really awkward. Like whenever he's home, my ring goes off. I'm sure his goes off. And like, it was just really awkward at first because we couldn't see each other. See, like the hallway in front of his door and mine lead to my room and his room. Like, so you can just see all down the hall, right? It's obviously not close to the door, but you can still see. So I was like, this is weird. What if like Eli opens the door and I'm passing by and I'm like in Chones or something? I don't know. I was just like, Eli, don't open the door. But yeah, he's been my neighbor for like as long as I've lived there, like a little bit less than that because I moved in first. But he has a little boy, and I remember the little boy. He's like 5 now, maybe. But he would see me, he'd be like, Mom, is that you?
Oh.
And then my mom came over and he was like, Grandma, and he'd be like, shh, 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 like, don't say that. But because his mom is Hispanic, and so and we are like the same height, but she's obviously like
he's
really
like, all
big.
Latinas look alike.
Yeah, he was like, that's my grandma, that's my other grandma. And so it was really cute. And then one night I get a knock on the door and I was like, who the fuck is knocking on my door? And I'm over here eating Christmas tree cake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl dinner.
A little Debbie.
Thought gorda. Watching TikTok. I was literally standing in the middle of my kitchen just like la 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 and like scrolling, and then I'm like, who is it? Like, who's at the door? And I open it and it's him, and he has a pizza. And he's like, hey, my son and I ordered pizza and they gave me an extra one. Like, do you want it for your son? Like, it's for dinner.
That's so sweet.
And I was like, oh my God, are you asking me to? Yes.
1,000 times yes.
Sometimes, yes.
And I could feel, and was like, why did I say that? And I was like, oh, thanks. So then that was like around Christmas time. So I went to the store and I bought him a little Lego piece because I was like, oh, give my son something. And then when I went to give it to him, I saw him walking with his son. So I was like, oh, whenever I see the son, I'll knock on his door. Like, it's weird. I don't want to be weird. And then he opens the door, dude, and huele pura mota.
Oh.
And I was like, hey, I got your son a Chris. Like, I wrapped it. And I was like, hey, thanks for the pizza. Like, I got your son something. He's like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, he just left. And I was like, pues sí, huele pura mota. Like,
clearly, I'd be concerned if he was there.
I'd be like, you smoke in the house? But
You see him rolling a joint, the little kid.
yeah, but like obviously, like I would also like go smoke outside when it was like dark, so like I never saw him.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like sometimes I'm like, you want an edible? Like you want to trade at? But he's cool, and he was leaving to the gym, and I was coming back from dropping off the kids, and I go, hey, did you get your like what is it, your lease renewal? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna rent again here. And I was like, oh, me either. And he's like, oh, where are you going? And I told him, and he's like, yeah, my son's mom lives like farther that way, so I want to be a little closer because like he's an active father, which is I think the hottest thing about him besides him being 6 something. And so yeah, we're gonna like part ways and we're gonna break up.
You're like, it's time.
It's
we just need to see other
time.
people.
Yeah.
I can't do long distance.
But he would see my ex-boyfriend whenever he would come over, and like I hated it. I was like, ugh. And like he would always be like, don't talk to him. I'm like, yeah, because he was taller than him.
Oh.
And I was like, trust me, he's not interested. I think if he were, he would have said something.
Immediately insecure and was like, do not talk to your tall neighbor.
Yeah. And he was also black, so I think it was like
Yeah.
two very different looking. Like my ex-boyfriend was like brolic, and this guy's like slender,
Yeah.
very basketball player physique, right? So that's ending soon. I'm not gonna get to see him anymore.
What a beautiful love story.
I know. But yeah, we're definitely like around the same age, and like, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, that's too easy.
Two ships passing in the night.
Yeah,
Ships,
correct.
yeah, exactly.
Correct.
1,000 times yes.
Where's that from?
Pride and Prejudice.
Okay. I was like, I know I've heard this. But yeah, I was like,
I thought you'd never ask.
my tree. Like, oh, it's just eating dinner.
And this new apartment you're moving to, is it closer to like downtown nightlife or?
No, I'm not cool like that. I wish. I always say like when he like graduates, I'm just gonna go like Airbnb an apartment somewhere else, like in New York.
My point of reference of like San Antonio nightlife was when I would go visit my cousin. We would go to the Bonham Exchange, which was like a club, and it was like it was like this.
Was it on the Strip?
It
St.
was
Mary's?
like St. Mary's, I think.
Yeah, that's the
It
Strip.
was near there, and then we would
so
go to
the Young
Is it
Hosts.
Brass Monkey? Brass Monkey.
Yeah, Brass
We'd
Monkey is on the
go there
Strip,
too.
yeah.
And then for her bachelorette, it was around there that I took her to a strip show.
Yes, it's a male strip show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and outside they have like a taco truck, and they have like really good tacos.
And then we had tacos afterwards.
So people call it. Apparently, people call it stripper tacos because I went to a bachelor when we lived together. I went to. Remember, we went to being at one day, and then we went out. And I went, but we didn't go into the club.
The strip show was
strip show.
so much fun, especially because like my cousin,
it's still
it's her
open.
bachelorette. Like
Yeah.
she's wearing like, you know, she wore like the little white dress. She had like a little veil, and then like I put her up to go up
Get a
and like
dance,
get
yeah.
a dance.
They
and
lift you up, right?
they didn't lift her up except because she's wearing a dress, so I think they're also like mindful of that. But like for her, they like turned her. It was like a chair, right? So she sits and they're like all on her, or whatever. But at some point, they like turn her around and like bend her over. Like obviously,
God.
she's very much wearing her clothes,
Yeah.
but then they're just like simulating like humping and stuff.
So crazy.
It's so crazy
fun.
and outrageous. It was so much fun. And Andrew, I don't know if you knew this, but you're finding this out now.
Sorry.
So too
Andrew,
bad.
close your ears.
Close your ears. It was a lot of fun.
Do you see Wiener at these shows?
No,
No, just
Oh,
bulge.
boo.
Just
bulge.
bulge. I don't think you
It's
can
like
show
they're,
wiener in
they're
Texas.
just wearing like thongs.
You
So,
can
like,
only show titties.
so you see
Of
their like
course.
Only nipples.
you see their butts, but pretty
Yeah.
much that's
No
it. They
testicles.
do like a lot of like the whole like teasing where like it's like they're gonna take something off, but
Yeah.
it just gets progressively smaller.
Yeah.
Like whatever underwear they're wearing.
They just show you the V cut.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was a lot of fun. And then after, like, the show was probably like about an hour long, and then after it turns into just like a club. Like the DJ comes back on and whatever. So we were just like dancing. But then then we went outside for the tacos and like
Yeah.
had so much fun. I recommend it.
Yeah. I've been there.
So they're still doing the show.
twice. I don't,
The strip show.
I don't know. I've just had stripper tacos, not the stripper show.
We should look into it. That should
We
be
should
our
go.
we should be our outing.
But yeah, no, I'm in the same area because of work. I just need to be like by the highways because I travel like my territories, right? And soon I'll be here more often, so that's exciting. But right now I'm still like flying to San Diego, and then I still drive around the greater San Antonio area. So as long as I'm near a highway, and then it's still near Eli's school and my job and Delia's work and my nephew's school, so I can pick them all up in the same area. Right. It works out really well.
Yeah.
As a parent, you gotta make sacrifices.
Yeah.
But I would like to live downtown. It looks fun. And it looks like it looks like millennials. Yeah. It's not like super, super young kiddos.
Right.
I think even like the Riverwalk looks really lively at night. So we went
they're changing it up.
The Aztec Theater for a show like about a month or two ago. And when we got out, like it's already like 10 p.m., 11, and there's still stuff going on. Like you can hear music. There's a lot of lights. There's a lot of people walking around. So I think that vibe felt like a lot better than like maybe like a 6th Street type of thing, because there's a different, like you can probably gravitate to like a different type of like vibe that you're going for. Like if you want to like go more dancey, go more just like sit down restaurant, like, and that's not the nightlife that exists in Austin. It's more so like bars at night.
And it's kind of segregated too. It's like E6 is like more like, well, it's not even, I don't even think it's like alternative anymore. It was kind of like
well, it used to be divey. It's definitely,
it was like, now it's like finance bros.
yes.
What? They're not on Rainy anymore? They're tired of getting...
Yeah.
They're trying
well,
to
now
get,
they like live on E6.
Oh, well, it's very gentrified on the east side.
Because, I mean, APD says otherwise, but there's some things going on on Rainy.
Are we going to talk about the serial killer on Rainy?
I mean, that's the theory, right? Like, and I think for APD, so it's been what? It was about a span of 2-3 years
where like, and it was the first guy that went missing.
Where like,
I remember the billboards.
Can you look up how many have gone missing?
It's 6.
Very suspicious that Alma moves here and then someone goes missing.
Breaking news.
The first year, it was like 2017.
When people started going missing in Rainy, and like how many been since?
But they've been like males only.
Male, brown, and I think gay.
Well, the first one looked white. Was he Hispanic?
Weren't most of them Indian?
I think that there's been like white people too, but I think it's most of them Indian.
It's just very suspicious that no one sees them, and that area is very like.
Well, and then APD always says like natural or like no foul play, which from the true crime that I've seen in my,
you're like my research,
as an expert.
The true crime that I have under my belt, as me as I'm part of the Reddit Bureau of Investigation, is that they say those things when they're onto something, but they don't want to say stuff.
Oh, because then it causes like
maybe it's possible that APD is onto something, but they just keep saying like no foul to just not throw anyone off,
Well, there was this guy on TikTok, and it was like a white guy, and he always talked about it, and people were like, "It's you, isn't it?" Like, because he knew too many details.
He knew the details.
There's a blog on Medium. Somebody has a blog, and they're tracking it called the Missing People, and the earliest one since 2018.
Yeah. That was
How many?
It's like one a year, right?
Oh, way more than that.
No, because there was like
So this one has
30 people in the span of like.
This one has like 15.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not that.
Well, it was
many.
like 12 people in the span of like a year. So it was like one a month type of thing.
And they have slowed down, I guess.
So they were also finding bodies in Houston.
Was that related? Like, were they trying to link them?
Yes. And then there's also in some other state, like upstate, on the East Coast, that they're like, when this was happening, this wasn't happening.
Oh,
in
so they think it's a traveler.
And then when this was happening in Austin, then it wasn't happening up there. So
I think it's someone with like a lot of money. And
I think it's a bartender.
A rich person.
You think it's a bartender? I don't think so.
Because that's likely.
I think they're in on it.
Who's going to spike your drink?
Yeah, maybe they're like friends. Maybe it's a 2-person show.
Also possible.
There's
but I think historically, like in the span of like.
You got to be really strong.
People who have committed
like
these crimes. most of them act alone.
Yeah, because then someone's gonna tell
Yeah.
them. Well, also, like, how does no one see them? Like, it's a man is a big body.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You have to be strong. Like,
but
do they
when
get off
you're
a car and
out-
just like throw them?
When you're out and about with your friends, like, do you think you're paying attention to other people?
Once I'm drunk, no.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
from like especially if you're in a place concentrated where people are just like having fun and partying, you're
Yeah.
not gonna pay attention, and that's why I think they're going for people who are like by themselves or like maybe become isolated, separated from their group.
Is there any evidence that that area where they're finding them is like a cruising spot?
I don't know
Because there's been a lot of attacks against gay men where like homophobes and stuff will get on Grindr and like
Yeah, they'll attract them.
and then they'll like beat them up or kill them. So I'm wondering if maybe these guys go to like get their dick sucked, whatever, and then they
Yeah.
just end up getting killed there.
Yeah.
Because that happens.
Yeah, that could be it.
But like
Yeah.
you were saying when we went out with Jackie, you're like, if APD's not on it, you're like, for sure the FBI is like investigating this.
They just can't make it a
Probably. They
huge deal.
Yeah.
But that's also putting too much faith in our
Current
In
administration.
in our current administration. Yeah, in APD and stuff.
in the cops.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but they're apparently suing a bunch of Chicago schools because they supposedly were teaching sexuality and gender to students.
No way. How would they
Which-
even?
But they also are claiming that the Southern Poverty Law, which is a nonprofit, which like brought down the KKK like back in the 70s or whatever, they're claiming that they were paying the KKK to like basically make up racism. That they
Who-
indicted the Southern Poverty Law. The DOJ did. So they're just doing all these bogus claims that like all of this is a conspiracy, that there's no such thing as racism, that we're teaching kids to be gay and to like turn trans, and I'm just like, good luck finding evidence for that.
Yeah. Like, who's is it still Linda McMahon, or is she the?
No, it's some other guy,
They
but
fire her?
one I think they were recently doing some like congressional hearings or something, asking her questions.
What do you think about Christine Noem's husband
Oh yeah,
and his agugas?
I think it's hot. I'm like,
Busty
okay,
Brian
okay,
Gnomes.
Christy. I didn't know you guys swung like that. Wasn't she also like having an affair with
Yeah.
that other guy, and she got fired, not him? That's where our tax dollars were going, so she could have sex on a private jet with crab legs and sand sheets and her what's it called, her filler.
Yeah.
Did she get Sculptra? What did she get? It's not just filler. She looks like a totally new person.
Yeah, she looks.
When I saw that before picture, I was like, what?
With her, like,
Even
Karen
her haircut.
haircut.
Yes.
You know who I can't fucking stand? Caroline.
Caroline Levitt.
I cannot stand that bitch. Like, I'm like, how can you think just on the fly she's just an evil
Yeah,
person?
she just like can lie so quickly.
yeah,
That's-
and then she's fucking that old balls. I think of the Big Daddy, where he's like his
With
old balls.
With his old balls.
I'm like, girl, are you okay? And her little cross.
She's pregnant, right?
She's yeah. Oh, do we want to talk about the active shooter bullshit? That was so fake. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was so fake.
We were saying I was saying, do not interrupt my day if he's not dead. I don't want
the
to.
playoffs. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Ricardo?
people were pissed.
People were like, get my game back on here.
If he's not dead, I don't want to fucking hear about it. Like, do not tease me like
Did
that.
you see someone tweeted like that active shooter thing was as real as Christy Noem's husband's boobs? I was like giggling and I was like, people are so funny.
I think the humor that we are using today to deal with stuff is just like,
I hate when people are like, that's so sick. That's
Well,
so
yeah,
sick.
they're playing the victim, but like when Nancy Pelosi's husband was almost killed by that guy, they were like, the Republicans were like laughing about it.
Well, remember they disappeared that woman. What's her name?
the grandma?
Yeah, she hasn't.
Oh, yeah, they still
they
haven't
haven't found her,
found
and like that's not news. It's because
Yeah.
I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then
They're
that
just-
other lady, they blew up her house. Remember? Her and her husband weren't in it.
Yes.
Oh, were they politicians? Yeah.
She was like running for something. I can't remember all their
Is
names.
it the one where like the dog died?
Yes.
But they're just trying to be the victims and say that like
It happens to us
leftists-
too, guys.
Yeah, like the leftists are like really like violent. I'm like, I don't know. Y'all were marching with tiki torches like,
Yeah.
10
Well,
years ago. Like,
especially in like the end of school year, I always think of Uvalde because they were
Yes.
Eli's age. So that like changed my brain chemistry. Like I always think about that now. If I didn't before.
yeah.
it's like something I think about because I'm like, my child goes to a public school in Texas. Like, there's no laws here for guns.
Well, is Eli actively like are they doing like shooter drills and stuff?
Yeah, they do have them because I'll get an email that they're gonna have one.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, if they don't tell you, like, it's gonna happen. But it's like, I mean, we live in a military city, so there's guns everywhere. It's Texas.
The logic that like when there was a point where they were also saying like, well, let's have teachers use guns. You already don't pay them enough.
You don't give them pencils and paper.
Like you already don't give them school supplies, but you want to give them guns. You want to add more guns to the
You
conversation.
want to give them a gat? That's crazy.
Also, I just so like, you know how we always say like the MAGAs, like they're fascists and they want like a fascist state.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's interesting that they want to do this stuff to subjugate people, but then they don't think that these attacks are going to happen. But there's no way that they could ever be like, you know what, we're just gonna not like we're gonna not give you guns anymore because you're gonna attack like our own government. You know what I mean? Because they would piss off their own base. But like that means you're always, if you're pissing people off, you're always gonna be open to like being attacked at this point.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they're probably thinking of ways to try and like do gun laws without doing them because they're scared.
So liberals don't get mad.
Yeah.
Like, I can have one, but you can't.
Well, for the longest time, we did have really strict gun laws because the Black Panthers in the 70s started to arm themselves.
It always goes back to racism,
And
friends.
then white people were like, wait, no, not
Not
everyone should have guns.
Yeah.
Not everyone. Only
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
Exactly. So
Well, I mean, they're just like a very violent government because you know how the Camp Mystic, did you guys keep up with the news?
Yes.
They're not going to reopen it.
They're not going to reopen it.
And again,
there's still
religion.
somebody missing.
Oh, it's a graveyard now. I'm like, why do you want to reopen on this?
I still see like some
So
of the things
rude.
where it's like, these bless these little
These poor girls.
poor girls that
which
their
that
souls, but
camp
they're
is at
just-
fault as well. But I do feel like that county is using
It's a flood zone.
as well. They're using it as a scapegoat because that county decided not to take
They
money
didn't take the money from the Biden administration.
because they said it was devil money, so they didn't want to use it to like. Instead, I think they used it to give raises to all the police department. Or
yeah,
whatever.
and they didn't answer the phones.
Mhm.
And they didn't send the alerts out on time either.
Yeah.
So
And then
like,
back to the Uvalde, like they were not found. Who was it? The chief was
Oh,
not
yeah.
found.
not found guilty.
Not
yeah,
found guilty.
that just happened recently this year, right?
Which fuck.
I mean, there's camera
the
footage
Uvalde.
that they were just there.
Fuck the Uvalde Police Department.
Every last one of them.
Every last one of you.
Yeah.
They
I've
belong
seen
in.
that. I've seen that school camera footage.
It like
fuck you guys.
It boils my blood. I get a lot of the moms that make TikToks, and it makes me cry every single time because they're like someone's waiting for me in heaven or something,
Yeah.
and like
when we were in
so sad.
in New Orleans, we went to this. It's called the Museum of Death. So like you walk in and it just takes you like. Of course, it talks about like like all the serial killers that whatever. Like, and then there's like morbid stuff. Like you see like, there was like a doctor who like did murder. So you see like the bag of his equipment and stuff. But it goes through the years, right? So it starts like with the very earliest, like the known like H.H. Holmes type of stuff, and then we're walking through it, and the last gallery that we see are like the recent ones, and like the last thing we saw was like the front page of the Valde of the shooting, and like that's the one that like made us cry instantly because okay, this is when people talk about like true crime where it's like it's gross, it's icky, and
You feel bad,
yeah, you're people who watch it like I am really don't try to like impose it on other people of like watch this documentary, whatever, but because it's so one story, while it's not close to you, it's close to somebody else. Yeah. And Uvalde being like 2 hours away at that time, I think we were living in Laredo, and my coworkers were like, do you know where Uvalde is? And like this is going on, and like that derailed the afternoon. Like we're just keeping an eye, like just checking the alerts.
Yeah.
But seeing the front page like newspaper framed in this museum of death of like
it's still the biggest death of a school shooting, right?
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah. I think it's like if it's not the same as Sandy Hook, it's like a little bit more.
Yeah, because they were classroom. Yeah. Well, just the way the events were, and then they tried to blame that teacher and stuff. So.
There's I mean, speaking of documentaries, the one that won at the Oscars this year.
Have you guys watched it?
I haven't yet.
Delia watched Empty Rooms, all the empty rooms.
All the empty rooms. And it's
Sandy Hook was 26. Uvalde was 21.
Okay, so
Oh,
Sandy
wow.
Hook. Sandy Hook was the little kids, right? They were
Yes.
younger.
Which she thought at that time we would have done something about that.
Oh yeah,
No,
Eli
that
was
was
a infant
when
that
Sandy
happened.
Hook happened and nothing changed is when we realized the government doesn't give a fuck about kids.
Yeah.
They don't care about them.
Like,
They eat them.
yeah, and so like
They're doing all that weird shit.
that Empty Rooms like won an Oscar, like short film Oscar this year, and one of the moms, one of the Uvalde moms went upstage with the people to accept the award, and it's just like
It's very real.
it's
like
very real. These babies, these kids,
the parents, like
the story of it all being that it was the day of their award ceremony and some of them chose to stay because they were going to have a party in their classroom. Fucking devastating.
I remember I got the news. I left work, and as soon as I got to the after school program that Eli would go to, I opened my iPhone and it was like happening, and I was like, and I just felt so ugly, and I just went home and I was like, this is terrible. And then it's like you have to talk to your kids about it. That's like the hardest part. It's like, hey, I remember Sandy Hook happened when Eli was an infant, right? So like I always would walk into like HEB or Target or Walmart and be like, if I ever hide you somewhere, stay there.
Yeah.
Like if I put you behind the toilet paper, just stay there. Like don't come out.
Yeah.
I also, to this day, I won't wear headphones in the grocery store. I'm like, that's dangerous. What if you don't, like the noise cancellation is really good these days. I'm like, you have to know if someone's coming up to you. Like it's just so scary. But I always tell you them, like, be aware of your surroundings. Like when you're at school, don't wear your AirPods.
And that's fucking terrifying that you have to talk to your son to be like, recognize,
Danger.
like, hey, you see someone running,
Run.
figure, like, let's run first and then we figure out what happened later. Like that's, these are the things that like you're,
as a parent,
like, why should you even have to be talking to Eli about this type of safety? Fuck, dude. Like, even movie theaters.
Oh yeah.
Where's
the
now
exit?
I take a hydroxyzine to relax at a theater
movies.
because I am anxious about it. Like, that's.
I don't even go that often. Like,
Have you seen the whole like, it's satire, yeah, but they're like, no guns, but sure, like, yeah, at the movie theater, yeah, at the church, yeah, in public, but
at school.
I draw the line in public, but wait, I draw the line at public when you're shooting the billionaire, the CEO of a company, which shout out to Luigi Mangione.
Do you want to hear that story?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I had a coworker and we were talking, and I was like, oh, your parents have a dog because he flew back to Hawaii. And he was like, oh, well, it's a long story. And I was like, oh, like, let's hear it.
You're like, I love long stories.
And the dog was, like, big, so I could just see it, like, behind him, like, coming in and out of the screen. And he's like, well, it's not my parents' dog, but he takes care of them. And I was like, okay. And so he's like, so my sister and I are, like, very close in age, and we had this friend. And she moved to, like, off the island. So she let her dog, and basically the parents were taking care of the dog while she figured out if she was going to stay in LA or in San Diego. Yeah. And so she sees this ad on Craigslist, and the guy's looking for a roommate because his roommate allegedly is moving out. And so then I don't know what happens. He's like, actually, no, like he's gonna renew. So you stay. Like I can't. And so she was like, okay, I'll stay another like 6 months. She sees the ad again, same guy, and she's like, hey, if this is like real, like I'm still interested. And so she moves in, and she's getting Luigi Mangioni's mail.
That was the roommate?
That was the girl, like his roommate, but he didn't hear from him, so he's like, I guess he still wants to renew.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And then that happened.
And so he was like, wait a minute, that's my roommate on TV.
Yeah, he was like, long story short, my parents have a dog, because then she moved into that apartment, and I guess like it's too small for like the dog. The dog is big, but when he told me, I was like, wait, run that by me again. And he's like, yeah, like he said no, and she was like, okay, well, I want to go back to Hawaii, but like, where do I go? So she still actively gets his mail.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what are the odds?
You are, so then this is
3 times
2
removed.
degrees of
you're
separation.
2 degrees separation from Luigi Mangione, yeah.
Luigi, if you're watching
Daddy.
this, Latinas for Luigi.
Latinas for Luigi.
When that came out, my head was so big. I was like, oh, he loves us. But yeah, when he told me, I was like, huh? Wait, what'd you say? And he was like, yeah, it's Luigi Mangione.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Just say you know him.
I do know him.
Basically
I know
know him.
his dog ad.
Yeah. I know the person who gets his mail.
Oh, I bet he misses his dog then.
Yeah. And then my cousin Kevin,
yeah,
his roommate got arrested, and he was sharing a cell with the guy who shot Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
In Utah.
shit.
Shut up. Girl, you are full of lore today.
I know. He was telling me because I was telling them the Luigi Mangione story.
Wait, you're okay. Say that again.
So
Your
you know
cousin?
how Kevin
Yes.
lives in Utah, right? Or
Yeah.
he was living there. He was like, yeah, my roommate went to jail for like I don't know what the fuck his roommate did. And he was like, yeah, and his like jail mates, one of them was the guy who shot Charlie Kirk. They would
Allegedly.
allegedly, the guy the government hired. Don't come for me. Don't post that.
Allegedly.
They're using the audio. So you know how like they ask him, what do you think about gun violence? And then he's like, well, gang violence. And then they're using it as audio for TikTok now as like a transition. I saw one of this guy. He's saying that like is a gang violence before gang violence or whatever, and then you hear the shot, and then he transitions into like a drag queen.
Yeah. So
It's
the
crazy.
kids are like on Roblox making fun of Charlie Kirk. Like Eli reposts it. I'm like, please unrepost that. Like you're gonna get in trouble. Like
You're like, we need to get you into college.
but people
please.
were like getting fired over Charlie Kirk. Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
for saying that he like deserved
There's
it. And
like
I was
a
like
fucking. I don't know if you see it. There's a fucking billboard.
in San Antonio.
Is it San Antonio
Yeah.
where it's like I am
It's
Charlie
off
Kirk?
410. It says something like I stand with Charlie Kirk. or
Fuck.
something.
so
Charlie
gross.
And most importantly, fuck Erica Kirk.
Yeah. Fuck that bitch.
Did you see her,
Yeah.
her Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson?
Rhythm Nation. We were talking about her outfit.
And the Drewski skit, I was
Oh my
fucking
God.
crying. I was, and then she's
Nation.
so offended. And so
Yeah.
now people are like, wait until she sees this Rhythm Nation.
I
She's
know.
gonna be so pissed. But you can't take her seriously. Like she looks evil.
Yeah.
I
wanna
am
go
what
home.
I don't
Roll my
see
eyes.
like
Okay.
a lot of the clips, but what does pop up is like Candace,
Oh yeah, just reading her.
who's just like
She's like,
she
Candace
will
Owens is saying, "I
not
killed my
let her
husband."
foot off of Candace's
And don't,
no,
Candace.
Erica Kirk's neck. Like
Yeah.
she is poking holes.
Keep
in
it
the
there.
Story.
Keep it there.
There's
Candace.
like what do you call it? Like conspiracy theories. There's so much, and she's like. She drops Erica Kirk drops a video. The next thing, Candace reacting. Interesting.
What is it? That was the love of his life.
That was the love of it. When she sees like the text messages that the videos, like when they're all like singing like Nicki Minaj together, I was like, oh, he like loved her.
That was his girl.
That was his girl.
That was the true love.
But he like didn't want to admit it.
Well, no,
he's
because
got-
he was spreading all this.
it goes against whatever he said. Like he literally said that like black women
Yeah.
have low IQ or something.
yeah, and
like
he
that.
said like if the black pilot thing, I'm like, ugh.
yeah.
Some people were calling Candace Owens Clandis Owens. Clandis Owens.
That's what I'm saying. Like the humor that people use to cope with all the shit that's going on in the world is just it's top tier. I think everyone's a comedian online.
I hate when people are funnier than me.
Yes, the comment is like I hate that people are funnier than me.
That is really funny.
Honestly, when they go low, we go lower.
You take them to hell.
Yeah.
I do. I want to get your perspective on what you think about Ash Trevino.
So you know how I've been going to
Ash
San
Trevino?
Diego for work?
Yeah.
And I always walk in and, part of like sales is like you got to be chatty, right? And so they're like, I walk in with my boots and I'm like, hey,
The
y'all,
Chanel
like
boots.
very, very, very Texas. And one of the girls, there are a lot of Latinas too. So like, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I don't know what they said. Like, oh, it's near, every time they're like, oh, do you know where this is? And I was like, no, I'm not from here. I'm from Texas. And this one girl goes, oh, where are you from? I'm like, San Antonio. And she goes, oh my God.
Do you know Ash Trevino?
She's like, I get Ash Trevino content. I don't know how it ended up on my feed.
Wait,
but
is she the mayor? Who's Ash Trevino? Who's Ash Trevino?
no, the mayor actually, I think she just resigned.
She's the mayor of
Our
San
mayor's-
Antonio.
Our mayor's
Well, no,
a
because
lesbian.
I've seen that there's a lot of controversy with her. Like all of her people are like
No.
quitting or.
Yeah, I don't know, Gina. I don't know what's going on. I don't
do
keep up with the
we-
local
Who's Ash
politics.
Trevino?
She's this girl that would get on TikTok and would be like going live, and she definitely should lose custody of her children. She just was doing like real ghetto shit. Unfortunately, but I think she's from like another place. But she lived in El Paso, and then she was in San Antonio.
she's from Texas, but
I don't know all her
I
lore,
can't really
but she
tell-
was in my face.
but she basically acts like she's like a celebrity.
Okay.
And
Like,
white
she-
women started doing like breakdowns and like graphs and like of time lapses.
And she's like racist. She's what?
Yeah, she says some pretty problematic shit, and she just goes
she's
lives and like
Mexican.
there's one where she's like, yeah, like we'll get a haul, like someone will make some brisket, like she's just talking about parties.
Okay.
But she,
Wait, brisket and menudo.
yeah, something like that. But
I have to show you her videos.
Okay.
because
they're
she's
so bad.
Like somebody pranked her by telling her that she got in a show on Netflix, and she was like, "Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna be on Netflix." But then like, it was a prank, and the person came on video was like, "I allegedly pranked somebody that thinking they were gonna be on Netflix," and then she just obviously felt stupid. She like bought a Louis Vuitton, but it's like a carry-on bag, but carries it around like a purse.
And
Like
they're
she just-
already pretty big. What's that one called? The one that's like a big tote. You can fit like a
Yeah, I
lot.
know what you're
Like
talking
you could fit Victoria Beckham
she
in
just
it.
like I think her thing is that she's very cringe. She pretends to be like a celebrity, but she's not.
She has a lot of confidence, and
They call her Binky Barnes,
I've never heard
like
that.
from Arthur. That's the picture that they put in the comments. Binky Barnes.
That's what she's shaped like.
Well, because one time she's like, "I'm shaped like a Coke bottle," and someone was like, "The 3 liter."
No shade, but now she's lost weight, so the whole thing is like, I can't believe Ash Trevino got Ozempic before.
They're like,
me.
she locked in. She locked in and lost weight. Yeah.
But she was like talking about like sleeping with these kids that were like 19, and she's like our age or maybe older.
Yes.
So like it was really weird to watch. So I tried not to like look at it, but Nelson like would always send me videos.
Just two like teenagers who like were begging her to not be online because she would just embarrass.
And they're like, "Mom, we're hungry." Like she wouldn't even.
she like, and
Yeah.
in her house, because I think they lived with like her parents.
Mm-hmm.
The daughters lived with Ash's parents, is my understanding. And then like, I think also the rumor was that in where Ash lived, like she didn't have a place where her kids would sleep. Like
Yeah.
she just didn't care about them like that. Like she's just about herself.
And she was always going live and dancing and doing absolutely giving us nothing.
Right.
But everyone loved how.
And she does this thing on camera where she like flares her nostrils all the time, and people are like, "Why are you doing that?" And it's I don't know, it's just like a tick of hers, I guess. But she's just viral. She's cringe, and
And she was making money
but she
off of TikTok.
makes content. Like it's
Yeah.
content.
she was
And
always on live, and I'd be like, "Skip."
I think
skip,
she was
don't want
like
this."
she was a receptionist at like a
doctor's office,
doctor's
dentist.
office or
Yeah.
dentist's office, but got fired because of her content. Like she was being too much online.
And she
Yeah.
was saying probably like she was saying racist shit too.
Yeah, she would, but she was like, you know, in the Delulu to like, I'll do meet and greets, and I walk with a security,
And she
which
would
is like,
do
Cameos.
like
a
club
guy-
appearances.
like us at.
She does cameos.
I
She
bet she
does.
does.
She does, because I almost got one for Nelson. I got him, and instead I got him the African men that dance and like kiss your picture. And
Yes, yeah.
But she was charging like $150 for cameos, and people were buying them.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
I paid like
It's one of
$50.
those. It's one of those things where you're like, you hate to watch someone,
Right.
which you're essentially giving them the view, you're
Yeah.
giving them the revenue, you're giving them the money, whatever. Like, so. I mean, I guess she won in the end if she's making money off
I
of
think
this.
she's not anymore because like she lost popularity, so she started doing that. Like
She
she was like, "What's the next project thing to do?"
there was that song that she was doing.
I thought she was the San Antonio song girl for a long time,
No,
and I was like, "Oh, please stop!"
No,
like
the
that.
San Antonio girl song is a true baddie.
And she's in jail, and she said, "I deserve to be here." So shout out to her for owning up and
And she,
Yeah.
I
taking
think she just got out
accountability.
because she was at Fiesta, no?
Was she? Was she
I think
performing?
she just got out.
I don't think there's more to the song either.
Because they
It's just
no,
a
because like local San Antonio news did a news story on her. They're like, your song is going viral, but it's like glass, and she's like in the back, like like I just wrote did the song years ago, like I'm getting ready to get out.
They played it at a Spurs game, and the Coyote was like dancing to it, and everyone was like,
We were like, some people do deserve some fame.
I mean, she looks like clean now in the video of her. She's like, she falls off the chair, I think. Again, I try not to give it attention because
Right.
just like
It's
the government,
very,
try not to
like-
give them attention because then it just keeps coming out on my
Like
feed.
it was very like 2005 YouTube video, right? Like very very
Like the lens is dirty.
Right.
yeah, very new. She's like sitting, she's just like singing, and then I
bad
didn't
highlights.
even know she was in jail until like they did a news story because they're
Yeah.
like, did you know you're like going viral? She's just like, so happy. And speaking of going to jail and still being relevant, I am so happy for Fetty Wap.
I'm glad you brought him up because he's so fine. The way he's built.
Like and you know what? He went to jail for drugs, so that's fine. That's
Yeah.
okay. Because you know why? He shouldn't have.
Everyone.
I think it was. I mean, I don't even know what it was, but it was also like, okay, they gave him like
They give him a lot of years.
They gave him a lot of years for something that, if I,
It wasn't even the like amount like for
Was
he
it
didn't
just
have
for
a lot.
possession or?
He wasn't distributing. I
he
don't
wasn't
think so.
distributing,
It was
no,
just
I think
his.
position. But so he went to jail, and the sweet thing is that they do vocational stuff. Like he got his HVAC license
Oh,
because he
wow.
thought he was gonna come out
And no one was
and
gonna
no one was gonna know who he was. He wasn't
Yeah.
gonna be relevant anymore, and he was like, "Well, I need like a career. I need to have a job."
Yeah, for his
and he came
kids.
out, and everybody was like, "I want you to be mine."
Yes,
again."
everyone's like living for it.
Trap
and then,
Queen is still a banger in this
Let's
house.
go out and dance to drink. Let's just request Fetty Wap on a loop.
And he's just like so heartfelt that he like came out, like he like
who was
did,
he talking to? That lady from CNN or something? He
Yeah,
had like a very important interview.
he's having like interviews now, but
He
all
was on the
because-
Jennifer Hudson show too.
all because
I
he
love
it was
I
like,
do.
oh, you
It's a
came
feel
out
good.
with a totally different plan of like you were just gonna go into the HVAC business because that's what you thought was gonna be the next best step for you, but coming back out to realize that people are still like bop into your music, they still love you. Trap Queen is still
Yeah.
like number one.
And
or
they
whatever,
asked him
like,
about his disability with his
He
eyes
doesn't have.
too.
Does he? Is it a glass eye?
I think they had to take it out. Yeah, eventually, because he was like born with.
Yeah.
It was giving him trouble. I think.
So I'm happy for him.
I am, and this girl made a TikTok. She's like, "Can someone tell me what body type Fetty Wap has?" And someone was like, "Fresh out." I'm like, yeah, maybe I should go to jail.
That's
to
a
work
man
out.
who had nothing but time to work out. So tell us your word of the day.
Oh, sangre pesada.
And what does that mean?
Alguien que cae pinche. No, what is the like Urban Dictionary say?
My mom defined it as like somebody who's got like a
much?
very heavy personality
Mm.
that you're like, she seems like to not vibe.
Like
yeah,
a drag.
like a bad energy.
Yeah, bad energy.
Wet blanket, kind of.
No,
Not a bummer necessarily.
Not a bummer necessarily, but more like there's something sinister.
Oh, I see.
Mhm. Like something is off,
Something
Yeah.
is off. You're like, I don't know if I should trust this person.
and everyone feels it.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
it's like it's not just me thinking it.
Somebody
Like a
who
lot
ca-
of other people.
I think somebody who has like the aurora to command the room and like shift the vibe. Sangre
Gotcha.
pesada.
Okay.
Okay, let's name celebrities. ¿Quién tiene sangre pesada? Who do you think has sangre pesada? Besides Nicki Minaj.
Blake Lively.
J-Lo. Who else? Like who's someone you see on TV and you're like,
Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh, I saw a tweet, or it was a thread. I guess you could call it a thread, right? What do they call it? I also had a viral one. I have like 300
on
likes
Thread?
on Thread, yeah, and like a bunch of
I
reshares.
am not on Threads.
But someone put like ACAB includes Taylor Swift.
ACAB includes Taylor Swift. Honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. She is the op.
You know she's undercover for the FBI.
Her and her private jet can go fuck themselves. Give it to Spirit. Did you hear about Spirit Airlines?
Yes,
They
Ricardo
are
was
no
just
more.
telling me they just shut down. Like they're done. They're donezo.
I'm.
They told people
You know
don't
what?
even
I
show up
do-
to the airport.
Yeah.
You know what? I do think that
You're
like
getting your refunds in 3 business days.
I do think too many
Maybe.
people can travel and some people shouldn't.
Do we?
Wait, say it again.
I think too many people travel and some people shouldn't because they don't know how to act right.
Especially like in cultural, like
Yes.
where you get arrested.
Yes.
Wasn't there like a Twitch kid that like went somewhere and he went to jail?
Yes, because he
In Korea,
In Korea,
right?
because he tore a poster down. Like
Fucking loser.
it was like,
Yeah.
was it? I mean, I guess it's propaganda, but like he tore something down and he was like in jail. And then there was the Olympian, right?
Oh, the basketball player. The she was in the WNBA. Brittany.
Wasn't she the runner?
Brittany.
Is she still?
I thought she was
She
the
was
runner.
in China, right? Or where?
No, she was in Russia.
Oh, right.
It was
right.
Brittany
For
something.
weed.
For weed. It was like a pen too.
Yeah.
She's still there.
What was her name? They talked about her a lot on the read. Brittany Griner?
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, because her wife
Brittany
was
Griner.
Brittany Griner. Yeah.
You know,
Was her
Right?
wife
Is she
Russian?
WNBA? No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I think it was WNBA, but she was also like. An
I thought she was a
Olympian.
runner for some reason.
Played for the Connecticut Sun of the WNBA.
Was she not in the Olympics?
Was she? Why was she there? Was she playing?
I thought she was running.
Do the Olympics allow?
So the WNBA doesn't pay as much
Yeah.
as the NBA. So a lot of these women will take jobs overseas and play for European teams.
That's true.
That's what she was doing.
Oh, okay.
And they caught her
Okay.
with a pen.
That's kind of the subplot of or a plot point in Love and Basketball.
I've never seen it.
So I knew that.
I love Love and Basketball.
I thought you were going to say I love my husband who's a feminist.
He's like, that's enough feminism for
Hey,
today.
something I forgot to mention about my outfit is I have a fake Cartier. Did you see it?
I see it now.
You see it now? I have the other one too, the one that has like the little. I got it at OB Beach on Wednesdays. They have a farmer's market, and they're buy two get one free for $40.
Well, I also love that you wore the
Okay.
hoops
Oh.
for the pod.
I did. I was like, I have to start wearing hoops because the sun's coming out.
Mm.
It did get cold, but I was like, no, like my the Latinas are defrosting.
Sun's out, hoops out.
Yeah, and I wear my hair up.
You know
more
what
when
they
it's
say?
hot.
The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
the bigger the dream,
Yeah.
the bigger the aspiration. But yeah, I did bring them just for you guys. I was like, I'm gonna wear
I love true Latina baddie.
true
Yeah.
baddie
True baddie. bitch.
eyeliners, the
Black
lashes,
eyeliner
The
in my
lashes.
eye.
the lash falling off. 'Cause they put
Are we
glue.
still on the Kiss 11s or are we?
These are their Kiss Jubilees,
Okay.
but I just change it up every now and then. If there's a coupon at HEB, I get two. But
Shout out to HB.
that's another Gen Z thing. They do clusters, and I'm like, how do you have time for clusters? Like, I'm just like, put the glue on, let it get
So
tacky and go.
I've tried to do the ones that you put under.
Yeah, Delia does
So
them so fast.
I got some and I'm trying them out. I'm like getting the hang of it, but I don't wear lashes that often anymore.
I just have to do this. That's why I like these.
Yeah.
Because I have to rub my eye. Like, my allergies are so bad.
What's the worst date you've had?
Oh, I went on a date with a guy who was in a sober house.
Okay.
Have you guys ever?
No.
Okay.
How does that work?
Do we know any Alcoholics Anonymous people?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
This guy was hot. Ryan, if you're hearing this, you were very good looking.
Anonymous girl.
I don't remember his last name, but he was super mixed. Like, he was all kinds of, I don't know, like, he had blue eyes. He was like a very beautiful caramel color. He had great hair. He had hair.
Very rare these
You know.
days.
which at our age, yeah, men are losing their hair.
Yeah, they're not taking rosemary oil. And he didn't tell me. So I was like, hey, and back then it was like, okay, like if Eli's dad's going to pick him up, I can go on dates, right? And I was like, hey, where do you want to meet? And he's like, hey, do you want to go to North Italia? And I was like, oh yeah, I've never been. So I went. And he worked at Google. He was an engineer. And so he was like, yeah, I'll just like cross the street. And,
full
like,
head of hair and smart.
yeah. And so I get there and he's like, go to valet. And he like pays for the valet. And I was like, ooh, that's nice. And so then we go in, whatever. And he's like, I work out after work. So like by the time you get here with traffic, whatever, because I had just gotten out of work too. And it went really well. But then like he grabs my hand and I'm eating. Like I forgot what the appetizer was. And I was like, and he's like, what? You can't hold hands? And I was like, I'm eating. And he's like, use your other hand. And I was like, no. And it just started getting weirder. And then he's like, oh, like they came and they're like, do you want drinks? And I was like, yeah, I'll just have one. And then he's like, oh, I won't have any. And I was like, oh, fuck. I don't drink if the other person isn't drinking.
Yeah.
But, and then he goes, oh, yeah, I'm sober. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, I could be around people who drink. And then he just kept looking at my drink. It was like a scene in a movie.
He's like fiending.
yeah,
or
he
what?
was like, so you're,
He's like sweating.
he's like, you're just like sipping that. And I was like, do you want some? And he's like, no, I'm like sober. And I was like, okay, but like, you're just like, he just kept like, so you're not going to drink it? And I was like, I'm going to drink it. Like, I don't drink it fast. And
so to him was like, if you're not drinking it fast,
you don't like it?
You
Like,
don't like
he was
it.
just like, yeah, like you don't like it. And I was like,
he's like, that would have been gone for me.
I was like, well, we're going to sit here for a while and talk. And he was just like, I would have already had like 5. And I was like,
Cool.
I was
Well,
like, so
that-
talk
well,
to
that's
me
why
more
you're
about your
so-
sobriety.
Well, that's why you're sober. Okay, yeah.
And then
yeah.
he goes, yeah, I don't drive either. I don't have a license. Like, they took it from me. And so then he just starts letting it out slowly. Like, he was from New York, and he was like, my parents sent me here. And I was able to, like, get a job at Google, and he was like, all of my brothers and sisters are, like, doctors. My parents are doctors, neurosurgeons, like, and he was really smart, too, right? He's a fucking engineer. And so he was like, yeah, but I'm, like, the family fuck up, like, because I'm not a doctor. And I was like, okay. I was like, but is it because you're drinking? And so he was like, well, I was also doing cocaine and like other drugs. And so they made me come to the sober house. If not, they were going to like exile me from the family. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, like I got into a really bad car crash and I survived. No, I didn't hurt anybody. But they basically like, I can't get a license in Texas. And I was like, oh. And so I was like, so, and he's like, yeah, no, he lived in Tarrytown.
Oh.
And so then afterwards, he's just trying to like touch me. Like, and you know, some people are very touchy-feely, but like, he was just like, oh my God, you're so hot. Like that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
This was a first date.
yes. And I feel
Okay.
uncomfortable.
That's too much touching.
Yeah. And again, he was hot, but I was like, not hot enough. And I was like, I don't like this. And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go home because like my son's coming home tonight, which was not true.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, well, like, can I get a ride?
Okay.
And I was like, fine, right?
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. I was like, okay, like he probably doesn't have friends here. Me trying to be nice, right? Like as a woman, always trying to be like nice. And so I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, I can get an Uber, but it's fine. And I was like, no, like I'll take you, right? So then they bring my car. Obviously, he paid for valet, so that I also felt like bad. And then it's a huge ass house in Tarrytown, and I'm like, you live here? And he's like, I live in a sober house.
Oh.
And I was like, ugh. And he's like, you can get down, but you can only be in the living room. Like, you can't go up to my room. And I was like, I was
not
gonna even bring your ass here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's good. And he's like, yeah. And so he's like, can I have a kiss? And I was like, no. And he was like, please.
Oh,
And I was like,
he's like, please.
and I was like, actually, no, like I don't do that. And I was like, you can get off now. And he reaches over and kisses me on the cheek. And I was like, we're never seeing each other again. Like, what would you have done if you weren't in this sober house, right? And so he gets off, and I am just like, okay, I'm not gonna text him anymore. And then later, like a week later, he's like, hey, when are you gonna be free? When are you gonna be free? And I was like, oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't know why I do that. I guess because I'm scared.
Women do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice.
You want to
Yeah,
be polite
that's
because
how
you
women are
don't.
taught to
Yeah,
respond to men.
I'm very good at it now. Just like fuck off if
Yeah.
I say no nicely and then I'm like no. But I was like, okay, like yeah, maybe next week, all right. And then he texts me like in the middle of the night, and he's like, hey, my friend just overdosed and he died. And I was like, this is too much for me to carry. And you are in a sober house, so you should get like therapy for that.
Yeah.
And I'm a single mom, like I'm already dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, hey, we're not compatible. Like, please don't text me anymore. And he tried texting me again. He just put, hey, and I didn't respond. I never blocked him. I don't have his number anymore. But that was probably the worst date, only because, like, he, like, forced himself on me. Like, he kissed me. And I was more mad at myself because I was like, I should just don't want to fuck off. Like, it wouldn't, I mean, he's in a fucking sober house. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the worst thing that he hears. But yeah, that was the worst date I think I ever went on. Second runner up, very close. The guy that I went on a date with, he was I think he was Arab, and he was also very good looking. And we went to Starbucks because he doesn't drink, and it was like 8 p.m. And he was like, oh, you would be so much prettier if you lost weight. And then we went to the Starbucks in Mueller, and then we went to the HEB because he's like, I'm gonna buy you a healthy breakfast for tomorrow. And like a dumbass, I just walked because we were like, I parked like on the other side of Starbucks because I was like, I don't want him to see what I drive. Trying to be safe.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't drink. I was like, okay, we're not doing this again. I was like, I don't want to go anywhere with you to drink. And he's like, I'll pick you up. You can drink. I'll drive. And I was like, no, I'm not getting in the strange
Are you
car.
kidding me? That's so.
First of all,
Yeah.
why even go out on a date with somebody if they're like quote unquote not the body type that you like? Like, why do that to you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Why like insult you?
Yeah. And then all he talked about was how like he took care of his mom because his dad passed away really young, and so like in his culture, like you take care of your parents. And I was like, okay, similar to Latinos, but everything was about his mom. I was like, go take care of your mom.
Yeah.
Go tell your mom to lose 20 pounds. But I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, like, do you cook? What do you cook? And he was like, my body is my temple.
Okay.
Like he got green tea at Starbucks, a hot one. And I got an iced coffee because I was like, after this, I'm gonna go party.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did hurt my feelings, and I was like, wow, that sucks.
Fuck him wherever he is.
Yeah.
And he still texted me.
Fuck you and your green tea.
He would still be like, good morning, beautiful, like with like rose emoji. I'm like, you don't think I'm beautiful? You're telling me to lose weight with that rose.
Jesus. Trash.
So yeah, those were my bad dates. I've been on other dates where I'm just like, this is not gonna work. I have no tolerance anymore, and single by choice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What is it? I'm not a feminist. I'm a misandrist. I'm mean now. I've learned to be mean.
If there are any
about
like
time we're
nice
mean.
men who are gonna be nice and have money, and
That's another thing. It's like they think you want them for money. I'm like, you don't. Do you have $1 million? Do
well, it's mostly just like
you have a house? Do you have a home?
I think they misconstrue when women say they want money, I think what women are saying is like, you can support yourself. You're not a scrub. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
You
like
have
live with your
career
mom.
goals. Like,
Yeah.
I
you
think
can stand on your own.
that's what that means. It's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, I want to be a millionaire and I don't want to work.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of like that. I don't know if it's also red pill content. I think it is. Like Andrew Tate says stuff about people who have like single mothers, and like I'm just like no, but like I take care of him.
Yeah.
I'm like we went to all the Spurs playoff games. Like where were you? We were at the bar, and so I'm just like no, like I don't need a dad for him, and I don't need you. Obviously, I can handle myself, but I think that men are like, oh, you just want someone to pay your bills, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, just to contribute, and then also you want somebody ambitious.
And my money is Barbie money. It's play money.
My money is fun money.
Yes, correct. Because it's like you know, like oh, you want someone who does their nails, does their hair, does their makeup, but like that costs money.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm like, I get both. I want Tret too. Tret and Owen.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited. I just got it.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm like taking care of myself for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're over here like, oh, what are you gonna do for me? Like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Alma. Thank you for being a Barrio bitch with us. Just shooting the shit, talking shit, chismeando, cotorreando.
Yes.
We would love to have you again to update on some of our stories that we dished today.
Yes. Next season.
Next season.
I'll be here quarterly. Thank you guys for having me. This was fun. Also, thank you for the pink microphone. I don't know if this was on purpose.
Tell everyone where they can find you on TikTok.
Spicy Mommy 956. Go if you're a girly pop, yes, go follow me. If you're a man, you can like it. Don't comment anything weird.
What's your PayPal?
But
If you're a girly, get some outfit ideas. If you're a man, use the PayPal link.
And if you happen to be a brand, send me stuff. I'll send you my size in private, please. That's too intimate. But yeah, follow me. Don't follow me on Instagram. That's for my friends.
That's my main ad. Don't follow me on LinkedIn.
It's public, but I don't post. But yeah, this was fun. Let's do it again next time with no chamoy on the rim.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.